Okay, hello everybody, Retromatch back with another episode of SmackDown Results for March 21st, 2017. If you guys do like, please leave one and subscribe. But today, uh, yesterday's episode of SmackDown, we started out with a confrontation between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, confirming that AJ is no longer fired and that he'll just be on the card until WrestleMania when him and Shane face off. And maybe after that, if AJ going to Raw rumors are true, he'll either get fired again, then sent to Raw or whatever. But I thought they were originally going to go with, okay, AJ's going to be fired for this time, then a week before they'll call him back. They'll have a match. He'll be SmackDown contract versus, you know, Shane. So if AJ lost, then he would go to Raw. If AJ won, he'd stay on SmackDown. Also, excuse the sniffles. I'm kind of sick, but yeah. Okay. And then, after that, he proceeded to come out, uh, say he's not sorry for what he did to Shane. And then, he, went to the back to wait for Shane. And it was basically the same thing as, last week's, and yeah. Then, after that, we had a backstage segment with Dan Bryan and Baron Corbin, and Bryan was just talking about how he beat up Dean Ambrose and with a lead pipe and a forklift, and that Corbin he demanded an answer to his Intercontinental title match at Mania. And Bryan couldn't provide him with an answer, but he decided to book Corbin against Randy Orton for later in the show, and yeah. Then, after that, we had the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and American Alpha, and I guess they're not having a match at Mania. I feel this would have added more weight to the card and the events that happened from it. And the events that happened from it was a new SmackDown Tag Champ, and those are the Usos. So the Usos win the titles. Wonder if they're gonna go into Mania defending them. I don't know. Probably not. Maybe if the Revival gets called up that weekend, that'd be really cool if they did. So we would basically have, if rumors are to be believed, or if the predictions are correct, we could have a Revival call up that weekend, Asuka call up that weekend, and then the return of the Hardy Boys that weekend. That would be an amazing WrestleMania if that happened. But the reports conflicting, Asuka's on the UK tour, or yeah, Asuka's on the UK tour for NXT, so that might not happen. And the Revival, I don't know what they're doing with them in NXT. They've already accomplished everything. And Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero, they already have contracts on the table. They're just, WWE's just waiting for them to sign. So, who knows what'll happen. If all those happen, so Asuka debuts after or at the end of the women's match, whatever kind of match it may be, or she debuts after the match, and the Revival debut against the Usos because American Alpha's like injured or whatever, and then Broken Matt and Brother Nero debut against the New Day. That'll just make my weekend. But yeah, so the Usos won the tag champs from American Alpha. Then after that, we had a backstage segment with Luke Harper, basically just crediting Orton with getting WWE champion Bray Wyatt off his game and ridding the world of Sister Abigail. And then he went on to promise he would do the same to Wyatt next week on SmackDown. My God, excuse me. So, yeah. So, Wyatt and Harper's feud is still going forward. Then after that, we had Randy Orton taking on Baron Corbin in a really good match. Randy Orton defeated Baron Corbin, no surprise. And then after the match, Ambrose proceeded to come down, give Corbin his Intercontinental title match, and then a dirty deed. So we'll be seeing them fight for the title at Mania. That should be a good match, and Corbin should win. Then after that, we had Randy Orton in the back having an interview, and then him and Bray have an encounter with a bunch of extras wearing sheep masks, and then beat Orton down and then hold him, and then Bray Wyatt basically sung to Randy Orton. He got the whole world in his hand. And yeah, this feud going into Mania looks really good. Hope it doesn't do the generic thing where Randy Orton just picks up the title and then goes on a whole face reign. Hopefully what'll happen is Randy turns heel somehow. Maybe bring the punt back for one night, maybe. But I mean, people love that, but people also hate it. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Are they gonna go in it with it being Wyatt heel, Orton face, or what? Then, after that, we had John Cena burying Fandango via submission, and Nikki stepped in, and it was pretty... I don't care. And then also throughout the night, we had The Miz and Maurice making fun of John Cena and Nikki Bella. Now, I gotta say, I don't give a shit about this feud, but the best thing about it is The Miz and Maurice, because they both have valid points, and I just loved this whole segment because it kept, like, teasing you that, oh, Miz or John Cena is gonna propose to Nikki, but he never does. He always, like, throws her off, and I thought that was really funny. But I'm still not gonna watch the Mania match, probably gonna fast forward through that, and yeah. Then, after that, we had Carmella taking on Becky Lynch, and Carmella also defeating Becky Lynch via disqualification. Natalya, who was on commentary, interfered 2 minutes into the match. Mickie James and Women's Champion Alexa Bliss hit the ring as well. James Ellsworth took a top rope dropkick by Lynch, and the melee ended with Bliss standing tall. And you know what they say about standing tall before the show. I mean, I know it's not before Mania, but hopefully Alexa won't be standing tall next week, because if she is, that's not a good chance that she'll retain at Mania, and I want her to retain. Or maybe what'll happen is I've heard reports that Naomi will return at Mania, so we'll see what happens with that. If Naomi doesn't return, then I want Mickie James, to hold the title. But I mean, you never know. That's if Naomi doesn't return. I want that to happen. But if Naomi does return, I want her to retain. But if none of that happens, I want Asuka to debut. But she'll probably debut on the week after. But who knows? I mean, if Asuka's on the UK tour, there's probably a good chance that she's still going to be champion on that. Or doing double time. I mean, we'll see what happens. Then, after that, to end the night, we had a confrontation between Shane oh my gosh, excuse me, Shane and AJ Styles. AJ Styles was waiting in the parking lot the whole night for Shane, and Shane got into the arena somehow. Don't know how, but he got into the arena, went to the ring, and waited for AJ Styles, called him out, and then Renee went back and notified AJ that Shane's out in the ring waiting for him. AJ came out and he was trying to talk Shane down. He's like, "Listen, Shane, hey, I know I crossed the line, blah blah blah, didn't mean it. But I mean, you gotta imagine me in your shoes." And then AJ walked in, and then Shane just beat the shit out of him. He was like throwing left and rights and jabs and everything, and he threw him outside the ring. And as always, you know, Shane does crazy shit like 2 weeks or a week before the pay-per-view. But he beat up AJ. He hit him with the Northern Light suplex on the announce table cover. Beat him up a little bit more. Caused him to get on top of the announce table. Got up on the turnbuckle. And hit an elbow to AJ Styles. And yeah, so this feud going into Mania, not going to be the best wrestling match ever, but it's going to be entertaining as hell. And I can't wait to see what they do with it. But, yeah, guys, really good episode of SmackDown, as always. Really good episode of Raw, too, this week. But, yeah, we'll see what happens next week in the go-home. And, yeah, but if you guys did enjoy and you want to see more, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. And if you want to see the rest of the series, please click play link down below or the annotation on the screen at the end of the video. As always, have a nice day. I'll see y'all in the next one.